Okay, so today we're going to do a video about purchasing property from the over-the-counter tax deed list. I'm wondering if this is actually giving me audio. Seems like it is. I'm not going to start this until someone comes in here. But anyway, actually, I can get it started now. And I'll just let you guys go back and watch everything once I'm done. All right. Now, I haven't bought one of these properties in years. The last couple ones I bought, I believe, were pieces of land. I paid like 19,000 or something for one. I can't remember the other one. I don't remember. It's been a while. It's been a long time, actually. But what I'm going to do is share my screen with you. Okay. So this is one of the counties that I purchased in. That's why I'm coming here to Crystal River or Citrus County Clerk of Courts. I think I purchased in Crystal River years ago. One was I think a double wide trailer. The other one was a similar double wide trailer, but that trailer was crap. Both of them was crap. The value was in the land actually, but okay, it looks like we're back. Thing about this now. The moment I decide to go live on here, the ping success starts to drop. That means I may have to come back and do this again. So just want to make sure we got clear video. This is 96.8. It says it's okay now. Okay. So what I did, I put in Crystal River, Florida over-the-counter tax deed, and this is what came up. And you click on this button here. Tax deeds, tax deed file search. Each property is sold in its existing condition to a potential buyer, and that buyer is urged to research and become familiar with the property. Click here to review tax deed files for prior and upcoming sales, surplus funds, and lands available. That's what we want. We want the lands available, which are properties that didn't sell at the previous auction. Okay. On this page, you can search for information by sale date, certificate number, parcel ID, tax collector number, applicant name, owner name, status, surplus funds, and lands available, AKA list of lands. All right. I can go through the tax deed process, but you guys can do that on your own time. The tax deed auction, same thing. This is what we want. We want the list of lands. So the list of lands available for taxes shows property that were offered at a tax deed sale, but were not purchased. 90 days after the sale, any person or governmental unit may purchase the land for the opening bid plus the omitted year's taxes. List of lands available inquiry should be sent to taxdeeds@citrusclerk.org. Please include the case number and certificate number for each case you are inquiring about. It could take up to 2 weeks to calculate the most up-to-date purchase price. The purchase price includes the opening bid at the time of the current year taxes, interest, recording fees, and documentary stamps. The purchase price is non-negotiable. Acceptable forms of payment are certified check, cashier's check, or money order. Properties are sold on a first-come, first-served basis. When funds are received to purchase a property from the list of lands available for taxes, a tax deed will be prepared and recorded. And that's what we want to do. We want to take a look at this list of lands available. So we'll click on this. We're leaving the website, proceed to site. Lands available here, search for lands available. And as you can see, they have 5 different properties on this list. These are the applicant. These are people who have applied to purchase this, who applied previously and before it went to sale. This is what the opening bids are. So you would have to pay this amount plus, what does it say here? The purchase price includes the opening bid at the time of auction, current year's taxes. So you got to pay the opening bid, which is whatever number, whatever property you're interested in. Okay. Current year's taxes, interest, reporting fees, and documentary stamps. Now, most of these aren't that expensive, but you have to inquire about that, and they'll let you know when you're trying to purchase how much these things are. Let's take a look at this first one on the list that's listed for $2,606.70. The current owner is Olga Revels. Olga Yvonne Revels. So let's click on this one here. This is the case number. This is what you'll need. Certificate number. Okay, so this was issued back in 2021. This is the parcel ID number if you want to look up what this land is or what this is. So let's do that. Let's look up the parcel ID number. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll go to Citrus County Properties. Citrus, Florida property search. All right, let's click over here. Property appraiser. All right. So we're going to go. We could do an owner search. We could do an address search. We could do a real property search, advanced search, personal property search. So we'll do the owner search. Agree. Owner name is what? Owner name, let's go back to share this tab. The owner's name is Olga Yvonne Revels. So we're going to copy that. Go back over here. Put her name in. Oh, last name first. Okay, so Revels, Olga. So it is this one here. Let's make sure it's this one first. Because as we can see here, let's go back. So we pulled her name, but what we see her name is twice on this. We see her name is twice on this list. Her name is first and it's last. She has two properties. She has one that has an opening bid for $16,483.38. So we want to make sure that we're actually looking at this one, the first one. So how do we know? Let's take a look at the parcel ID number, which is right here up top. 19E17S35 2B is in Bravo. All right, so we're going to make sure that this is the right one. All right, let's go back over here. 19E17S35 2B is in Bravo. The last four are 0320. Let's go back over here. 0320. And that's what it is. So what this is a vacant piece of land. Building counts, residential, nothing. Mobile home, 0. Commercial, 0. Neighborhood, 6830 Rivers Lake area. Tax district. Subdivision, short legal. Estimated parcel square footage, 16,925. That is almost, well, as we can see, 0.39 of an acre, almost half acre, not even almost, but, you know, close to a half an acre. And as we can see, this is her mailing address, 1214 Parkside Avenue in Venice, all right? She owns it in her personal name. This is what the property taxes were. Actually, hold on. Value, history, and tax amount. Tax estimate, 9,177. Woo! So this is something that you would have to check into. 9,177. Let's see that. So these are all numbers that you have to look into before you purchase a property. You don't want to buy this property and then realize later on that you're purchasing something that is not what you thought it was. So as you can see, the amount due right now is $12,808.27. That is how much she owes. All right. So this is pretty much probably what they're going to tell you. All right, $12,808.27. But these are things that you have to call them and inquire about, which we can do that on a phone call right now. If they, so we're going to go back over here. We're going to go back over here to this tab instead, and we're going to call this number right here just to make sure, just to, you know, give you guys a live look. Because, I mean, I talk about this stuff, but I've never really showed you, because I've done this a couple of times. I've purchased from these people. It's been a while, and I definitely haven't done any purchasing since I've been here. So we're going to call 1-352-341-6424. Call.
Thank you for calling the office of the Citrus County Clerk of Court and Comptroller. Please listen carefully to our menu options. For all payments, including court fines, existing payment plans, official records copy work, or to pay your traffic ticket.
Option 2, and then option 1.
For inquiries regarding marriage licenses, passports, or recording, including deeds, please press 1.
This is Carl speaking. May I help you?
Hey, Carl, how are you today?
Doing well. How can we help you today?
Calling about the list of lands available that I see here online, and I had a few questions if you could help me out.
It depends on what those questions are. I may have to transfer you over to the tax deed clerk. What was your question?
Well, I see that you guys have one here with Olga Revels, and it's an opening bid at $2,606.70. That's what it's showing on the Citrus County tax deed site. But then when I click over on when I go to the property appraiser's website, and I click on the link for tax link, it's showing that the amount due is $12,808.27. So I'm just wondering.
I'm gonna have to transfer your call over to a tax deed clerk. She might be able to give you more assistance than I was able to.
Thank you.
I'm gonna transfer it now. Please hold.
Clerk of the Court's office, this is Tammy. Can I help you?
Hi, Tammy. I'm calling about the lands available list that you guys have here online, Citrus County Tax Deed. And I see that there's 5 properties available. I'm calling about the one with Olga Revels. I see there's an opening bid of $2,606.70.
What's the application number?
Application number.
Case number, application
Case number is 2024-0075 TD.
Okay. So what's your question?
Question is the $2,606.70 opening bid. Just wanted to know what the difference there and what I see when I click on the property appraiser's website and I click on the tax link. It's showing that she owes $12,808.27. I just want to make sure when I come in to bid that I'm understanding what I'm getting into here. So the $12,808.27, is that the number, or is it the $2,606?
The price to purchase, if you look down, the current price to purchase the property up until the end of the month is $26,218.11. There is $22,651.39 in back taxes that are owed. So those are owed, plus the opening bid, plus the interest that's being placed on the actual list of lands, and then your recording fees and doc stamps. All of that adds up to $26,218.11. And that price, like I stated, because we just received an updated price, is good until the end of this month, 3/31 of 2026. After that, of course, it's going to be even more because you have more interest for the next, this month that'll be added on to it.
Sure. So you said $26,218.11.
That is correct. And that is up until 3/31 of 2026.
So if I wanted this property, I'd have to pay that much.
That is correct. Yes, sir. There's no negotiations because, like I stated, you have back taxes.
I'm sorry, I lost service. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, the last thing I heard was back taxes. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so everything that is owed, there's no wiggle room. It's non-negotiable. So it is $26,218.11.
Okay.
Until next month, then it'll go up.
On the 31st, you said. So, all right.
Yes, sir.
So the $2,606.70 here online, that's just not updated, is what you're saying?
That was the price at the time that it was went to auction. If you look, if you are on lands available and you double click on an entry and you go to the images and scroll to the very bottom where it says current price to purchase through 3/31 of 2026, that is going to be your most current updated price.
Okay.
The software holds the opening bid from the original auction.
So you said
now you have back taxes for 2023. The back taxes was $12,952.66. For 2024, they were $129.30. For 2025, they are $9,569.43. So you add those up, and it comes to $22,651.39 in total taxes. So you add that to the opening bid plus your interest, then the recording fees, and that's where you come in with the $26,000 fee.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. I appreciate
All
your
right.
time. All
You're
right.
very welcome. Have a
Thank
great day. Thank
Thanks.
you.
You too. Bye-bye. See, it's that simple. You call in, you get the information that you need. Now, for this particular property, let's go ahead and let's just look at this property for shits and giggles just to see what it's worth. Okay, so we know that the property address is 6771 North Capri Loop, Hernando, Florida. So let's just take a look at that property real quick. You see, I already looked it up. So this is the property here. It's very small. It's definitely, I don't think it's, let's just say, maybe that's not the land. That's 2002-66 must have been a mobile home or something that was on it previously. So what we want to do is we know that it's vacant because it says it online. And if we don't know it to be exact, we just call a local real estate agent and have them go buy the property. They'll be happy. A new agent will definitely be happy to go by and check that property out. But we want to see exactly what it is we would be buying should we wanted to purchase this one. So let's zoom in. Actually, before we do that, let's just see. Yeah, it was a mobile home or something on here previously. Size is 0.39 acres. So this is the actual lot. Last sold in 2009. Property taxes, 2024. That doesn't sound right. $7, but could be with this. But you know, let's see. This is what the tax history has been. Anyhow, let's just see what we think the property could be worth. All right, let's go down here. We know that it's vacant. So we want to put here property type, lots and land, apply. Let's go back the last 6 months to see what has sold in that particular area. Let's see, the property is pretty much right here, and this over here somewhere. Let's see, 3775. North Capri Loop. It's up in here somewhere. $67.65 North Capri Loop. So it's right here. Doesn't look to be worth 20-some thousand. So this property would be a no-go, but we don't know just yet, just based on a quick glance. In the last 6 months, there's really no sales over there in that area. There's really not much over here at all. But let's just see what this one sold for. This one is 9,583 square feet. I think the one we was looking at was a little over 16,000. So that's kind of telling you right there that this property is not worth 20-something thousand. So we would probably just say void this one altogether. This one is almost an acre, and it's sold for 10,000 in September. This one closer to the water, less than a half acre, sold for 15,000. So we would just discard this one really quickly and go to the next one and do our research on the next one. It's really not that deep. You just gotta take your time and do your research when it comes to these properties. You don't want to buy something that you think is something that is not. You know, this is the one we initially looked at, this one right here. And as you can see, they said that the opening is not the 2,606.70. It's actually $26,218, which is what would have to be paid in order to get this property. It's not worth it. That's why it's still sitting. And if you go through any county in the United States, they have something called the lands available or over-the-counter tax deeds. Not all counties, but you can inquire. Most of them have sheriff sales. You can inquire about these lists. Go through the list with a fine tooth and comb. and make sure you do your due diligence. I'm just showing you how to get there. I can show you more, of course, but I don't have the time today. I just wanted to kind of get ready to cook some food, show you guys that all you got to do is come online, call the counties. They'll give you the information. This is how they make money. This is how they get paid. When these bills, they have no problem helping you. This is a small list right here. This is 5 properties. If you wanted to go to the let's see. Actually, no. Hillsborough County tax deeds sales. Let's do this. I can't remember. There we go. Oh, I gotta turn on the let's see what happened. There we go. When you're in another country, they don't even allow you to access their websites unless you're using one of those things with a VPN. So I had to just turn that VPN on. But if you go to Hillsborough County Clerk of Court tax deed sales, you'll look at the auction calendar and you'll see they had a sale today, right? This property right here sold for $2,900. This is what the opening bid was. $2,263.64. A lot of y'all out there saying you don't have the money, it's too expensive. You can see this one sold for $3,300. You can see, two of them sold today. So just to give you an idea, and these may not even been what they say this is why you got to do your research. It may not be what they say they're worth. So let's just look at this one just because this one here. This one here is owned by GF Properties LM Sub LLC. This is the mailing address of the owner. This is I'm looking for the parcel. All right, actually, let's go back. Parcel ID number 133. So let's do this. Hillsborough County advanced search. Let's do an advanced search and do the parcel 133. Copy. Okay, let's just bring us back here. So this is actually it right here. This is what was bought. This right here. Let's click on this. So it says the market value is $15,450. That's not always accurate. Just looking for an accurate location. Research and digging. I'm just trying to find out where the house, right? You know what I mean? So if I really wanted to find this property, I'd have to do a lot more than this. So this What's this again? Hillsboro. So we see us over in this area somewhere. So if I really want to define it, this is the extent that I would have to go just to find this damn property. You know what I mean? So we can see that it's sort of up in this area. Go back over here. Come down a little bit further. Let's go back over here. So I did this. I came back over here just to kind of go back in. Look over here. Looks like it's up in the area where the road is going diagonal. So come back over here. Is this the diagonal road right here, or is it this one? Let's make sure. I think it's down here somewhere. All right, so it looks like it's just below that one that comes here. Let's go back over here. Is this over here somewhere? Just off of that road. It's throwing me off a little bit. Okay, I see now. You got those loops right here. All right, let's go back. So it's over here somewhere. I don't think this is worth pursuing either. What is this? Looks like some complex over here with a bunch of trucks. Whatever. When I'm trying to find a property, this is what I got to go through. If they don't have the actual address, because some of these places don't have an address listed. But I can see that that place is somewhere over here. Doesn't look that enticing when it comes to the aerial shot, but I think so. It's right here. I'm not sure which road that is. Crap. See, here it looks like this, but over there it looks like a... Honestly, I'm not sure where it would be at on here, ladies and gents. I don't see. Let's give it another. Okay, so that road there comes down. Let's go over here. So it's this road that comes down. Or is it this road here? Comes down. Oh, maybe it's up in here. No? What do you think? Come down. Looks like there's a left there. Another left here to come down this way and up. Let's see. Just doesn't look like any. Let's see what's going on over here anyway. Sold today for $2,900. This one here. Let's go back. It's not taking us to where we want to go. Aha. Okay, so it's off of Pearl Street, Pearl Ave, and Clark's Ave. Pearl Ave and Clark Ave. So that was Pearl right there. Let's back up a little bit. So we was close. This is Pearl. Where's Clark? Maybe that's up in here. So this is, looks like it's sit right here based off of this right here. So they bought this property today for $2,900. This one right here doesn't look like it's registering anything. When you know, if you can click this one here, this is a house. Let's see how big the lot is on this house, actually, because it's probably what sold was. Well, let's just see how big this lot is. 0.32 acres. And how big is this one over here? $30,492 square feet. It's a little over 30,492 square feet. Let's see what's Nothing's for no land. $1,920 square foot lot. One day on Zillow. It looks like a house is on there actually. This is lot and land available. Lot and land. 7,920 square feet, 240,000. Crazy. So you're gonna have to do a lot more research on this property if this is something you're interested in, but we definitely know that it's 30,492 square feet. It's almost an acre. 43,560 square feet is an acre. So it's almost an acre. Vacant, residential. This is the area. You got some type of, whatever this is, structure over here. This looks maybe some business or something. Oops. Oops. Crap. I didn't mean that. I didn't mean that. Ooh, what happened? Ah, crap. Before I get distracted here, because share screen. Okay. $15,450. These are lots. Looks like a house. Sue this, but I don't know enough not to say I would, How would you even get to it? Doesn't even look like there's a road, because it said Pearl and then it said Clark. But when you go back over here, another thing, sometimes people buy properties and there's no access, so you'd have to be careful with that. These are just little lessons when you're looking for property. It looks like it goes up here, but it doesn't show that over on. So this is probably something where you'd have to go in person if you really, really want to know. But you don't have anything to compare. Over in the immediate area. Excuse me. So I probably would have passed on that one. Somebody probably bought them a piece of property and there's no value at all. I've never done that, but I can see how easily it's able to be done. Looks like it sold here for 130,000. That doesn't make sense. Let's look at the parcel 1 and parcel. Okay, so yeah, it was two things. It looks like it was two separate. As you can come up here, it looks like it's two separate pieces. So I don't know. Maybe Clark Ave does go up there. It just doesn't show a road thing. So let's go back. I'm kind of getting lost in all these damn tabs. Okay, back here. So maybe that is an entrance right there off of Clark. I probably wouldn't deal with this property. I don't know enough to say no. My service got choppy. Sorry. Oh. This. Let's go here. But this is what sold is. The property that I'm looking for is actually this one here. I just wanted to see what sold for $2,900 and was it worth it? I don't know if it's worth $2,900 or not, depending on what you want to do with that land. If you want, is it buildable? Whatever. I don't know. This is something you'd have to inquire about. With $2,900 for it, what did it say? 16,000 square foot piece of land, or 30,000 square foot. Just that fast, I forgot. 30,492 square foot. They paid $2,900 in Tampa, Florida. I don't know. You have to do more research on this property to see if it was worth $2,900. But this is what sold for $2,900. That is what sold for $2,900. Let's see what this one was. This one sold for $3,300. This is today, March 19th, 10:04 a.m. Let's look. Parcel ID. Same buyer. Or same owner. Maybe they changed it already. They don't have the site address on this one either. Oh, it looks like it's on the same street, Clark. Looks like it's just across the street. Could have been, it might have been a good deal. Very important. It says lowlands. You know. Let's go back over here. So that was the sale today. Let's see what we got going on here. Next week, there's 5 more properties going up. You know, this one here, 430. See, these ones have address. Most of those vacant lands that are choppy, they really don't have any addresses, and you got to do a whole bunch of extra things just to find out exactly where the actual property is. You see what I had to go through just to find out where that land was, and I still couldn't find any comparables to it. But anyhow, I mean, if I was going to buy it for myself, I'd be knee deep papering and writing down, and you know. But this auction starts next week. Now, by next Thursday, there may just be one available because the property owner has up until next Thursday to redeem. Once you purchase a property in Florida at that sale, more than likely the owner cannot come back and get that property back. In very, very unique situations, it may happen, but doing the research on this, I've already kind of showed you how to find the properties, which is really important. You find them, do your research. And paid for this, I give you a whole like show on the property that I purchased, the actual warranty deed, the money sent, what we sold it for, how we sold it, the closing statements, and all of that stuff. You know, those are things that you kind of do if you're like a Patreon or something, or you're like a member or something like that. But just to show you where you can find these properties at is really, really important. That's like half the battle, finding the properties, and then the research and the due diligence is the next thing to make sure that the properties don't have any liens, any mechanic liens, child support liens, code enforcement liens, things like that. You don't want to be buying properties that aren't be sold with a clear title once you acquire it. Anyway, I gotta go. I can do this again with another county, another state, or another county in the same state. You guys let me know what you think in the comments. This is C Dot Wealth. I'm actually getting ready to cook, so I just wanted to show you guys where you can find some auction properties at. Like I said, this one right here is in Tampa, Hillsborough County, and you got 5 of them for sale next week. Opening bid starting at $4,320. This opening bid, and you gotta have a lot of people competing. So this is not what it's going to end at. It's going to be more than that, you know. But you have to do your research to find out what your maximum is that you're willing to pay for 1262 East 113th Avenue, Unit H112. Sounds like a condo or something. So you have to do your research, and you have to figure out what's the max you're willing to pay for this property, and that's how you place your bid based on what you're willing to pay. It's really not that much. And they have everything right here, the tax deed sale process. You can go through and read this yourself. You know, tells you what they are, the process, how you post a bid, how you put your, what happens when you're the winning bidder, what happens with the excess proceeds, legal advice. They got it all right here on the website. You can come right here and read it for word, what to do, what not to do. Hire a lawyer if you need to. But it's all about research, due diligence. So you're not buying no BS. Listen, man, I gotta go. I've already spent too much time on her researching that property that I'm not buying. But I figured y'all would get some out of it, so y'all can do your own research in other counties, in Cleveland, Ohio, or Boston, Massachusetts, or Phoenix, Arizona, or LA. Wherever you want to go, you could do this in any county, in any state. Some are cheaper than others. You just have to do your research. Research, research, research.